Hello, 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 hello. Those of you out there in the internet lands, welcome to You've Got a Thing, an interview thing about Milwaukee theater things. My name is Jaimelyn Gray. I am the host of this program. And today, I think this is going to be the last of it for this year. I think this is the finale of 2024. Because of the holiday craziness and whatnot. And so I think after this, I will be back probably about the second week of January or so. And I hope at that time that we can start talking to, I think Milwaukee Chamber Theater is just about to be opening their version of A Doll's House. Not their version of A Doll's House. That's... an adaptation of A Doll's House, I think is how I will put that out into the world. And so that's what we would like to do when we get back. But for today, I have a very special guest, Mr. James Pickering, who is one of my favoritist people. We've been... trading off projects and things and whatnot for about the past couple of years or so. I first was able to work with him when he came to do, what was that play called? Oh man, wow, 2023. It was so long ago. My brain is just like, nope, don't need that information anymore. There it is. I'm going to Pray for You So Hard by Hallie Pfeiffer, and he was just awesome. 2-person show that with Rebecca Farr was just a real experience, a real wonderful experience for us here at the Constructivists. And since then, he's become an artistic advisor for our company and has put together a fundraiser for us here at the end of the year. We had some challenges during a very deadly Constructivist holiday, which was our last production that we did here in 2024, and we just had three actors get sick with different maladies, and we'll talk about that a little bit in the interview. But it was just a real challenging time, and so Mr. Pickering, the heart of gold human that he is, decided to put together a fundraiser for us. He has a really long history with A Christmas Carol and put together his own version, his own cutting of that work. And so he's going to read that on Sunday, this coming Sunday at 8 p.m. at Calvary Presbyterian Church for whoever wants to show up and then donate to the Constructivists and help us get through a rough time. Because we, as I say in the interview, we're a real sort of paycheck to paycheck kind of company, which is how a lot of small companies are here in Milwaukee. And so with that, I would like to start that lovely interview with Mr. James Pickering. And with me today, I have a wonderful, amazing human being, Mr. James Pickering, actor, director, teacher, sometime playwright, Milwaukee Treasure extraordinaire. How are you today, good sir?
Wondering how I'm going to live up to all that stuff, but outside of that, just fine.
You can live up to it just fine. I'm sure. But I have you here today because there is an event coming up on Sunday. This Sunday. So for people who are watching this on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, you're good. If you are watching this in 2025, you are way too late, my friend. But so this Sunday, we as in the Constructivists, with Mr. James Pickering, you are going to do a reading, good sir, of A Christmas Carol.
That is correct. I'm going to read the novella. I'm going to read a cutting of it that I have done. largely for time, but it's going to be all the good stuff in it. I have
The best
trimmed,
stuff.
the best stuff. I have trimmed all the ghosts will be there, since it is primarily a ghost story. I have, just sort of left out things like what the Lord Mayor is having for Christmas dinner and stuff like that. That I don't know. I think Mr. Dickens was getting paid by the word when he wrote this for the magazine back in 1843. So he had to he had to please some people or something like that.
Had to fill the quota.
That's right. Anyway, I'm much more interested in what the Cratchit family had for dinner, including a round of hot gin punch for everyone, which I think is a wonderful custom.
Gin punch.
That's right.
Gin
with
punch.
Lemons and stuff like that. The treat wasn't so much the gin, and you cooked it pretty hard, so the kids were not going to get loaded on it, but it was because of the fruit that went in it. Was the lemons and oranges and I think cloves and stuff like that. So yes,
good old days.
The upshot being, yeah, I'm going to read the whole thing. And as I told you and others that, Dickens used to read his stuff aloud on tour. He did tours of America as well, tours of the United States, and he was a rock star. And one of the things that is true of his books, and is particularly true of A Christmas Carol, is that one always thinks that Ebenezer Scrooge is the lead character, the best part in the story. He's not. He's the second best part. Dickens always reserved the best part for himself. So it's the narrator of The Christmas Carol who has all the best jokes and has all the wonderful things to say and shows us just what it is to really use the English language in a wonderful way. So I'm looking forward to doing this.
I was going to ask you, because I've seen, productions of A Christmas Carol here and there.
And I'm in one right now.
And you are in one right now.
One that's really fun.
Your history with A Christmas Carol in a hot minute.
Goes back a long way.
Yeah,
my late wife, Rose Pickering, and I were the Cratchits in the original iteration of this thing in the Pabst in 1976. And I have calculated that a young man named Tommy Vicini, who was our Tiny Tim, is now 62 years old.
No.
I hope he's listening. I hope he's still with us. And I hope he makes his presence known.
That's insane.
Yeah. So
that's insanity.
Yeah, that's fun. And I love doing the story. I love doing the production. I've been in 5 different versions of it, and in the Pabst, which is a great place to do anything, especially a Christmas play. And in fact, the one I'm doing now, Mark Clements' adaptation of it, is going to be running through the 24th of December. And when I come to do the reading of the story, I will have done 2 performances in the Pabst as Mr. Fezziwig and others, which is kind of fun. I get to dance with my real life wife, who is playing Tammy Workentine, who is playing Mrs. Fezziwig this year.
That's so cool.
And we're having a ball doing that. And I urge people.
I bet.
Yeah.
But I really hope you take a nap in between the 2 shows.
Yeah, well, we live in hope, don't we?
We live in hope. Yes. But I was going to ask you: has there ever been a production that worked in the narrator as part
Yes, we've had productions with some the production we have now has some narration.
Right on.
According to different adapters, the things they wanted to emphasize about the show were different with each version, and all equally valid. And so that sort of dictates exactly what narration is going to take place.
Oh, okay.
What will take place through people saying it, or through the events of the play, through what Mr. Scrooge does, for example, when he gets home. There are all sorts of, when he gets home on Christmas Eve night, awaiting his first unearthly visitor. I ain't gonna give nothing away.
Not anymore. No.
No.
But you have an incredibly long embedded history with this particular story.
Yeah, it even goes back to when I was about 5, which was when my old man started to read the story to me, and
Wow.
and then later on my younger brother, when he was able to stay up late enough to listen to it too. In fact, we used to have Christmas in New Jersey, and usually sometime around Christmas Eve, one of the independent stations in New York, Channel 5 or Channel 11, would have a broadcast of my favorite iteration of the story, the Alastair Sim as Ebenezer Scrooge. And it was just called Scrooge was the title of the play. That'd be on about 1 o'clock in the morning somewhere.
Yeah.
We would sit there and watch this sort of grainy broadcast of that thing, and it's so I've been living with this thing in a wonderful way for years and years and years.
So with all of your knowledge of this story, you have taken it and done a cutting of it yourself.
Yep.
And you will read it on Sunday at Calvary Presbyterian, the Big Red Church.
935 West Wisconsin Avenue.
That is where it is at 8 p.m. And the reason that you are doing it this time is because we, as in the Constructivists, have hit upon some difficult times right at this moment in time. We just got through a production of our now holiday tradition, a very deadly constructivist holiday, which is real poking at the holidays, poking at things like A Christmas Carol and It's a Wonderful Life and things like that, to just darkly, comedically poke a little bit at the holidays. And we just had some really bad luck this year.
This year, the holidays poked back.
They really poked back hard. Poked back without remorse. About a third of our cast of the show became ill of various reasons. Like it wasn't the same thing. It wasn't COVID. It wasn't flu. It was just like various maladies. And took out some actors, and so we had to cancel some performances, and then the rest of our performances we changed into enhanced staged readings, with lights and tech. But because of that, we just did not get the audience that we had hoped or expected or needed. And for people who've never been involved with small companies before, a lot of us just work production to production and just paycheck to paycheck. So, you try to recover your funds for it within that one production through ticket sales, through donations, things like that. And if you don't get the butts in the seats, you don't get the revenue that you need. And so
if you're wondering what to do with your butt this Sunday evening,
if you
come to Calvary Church and plant it in a chair, and bring your family, and bring a blanket, and bring some hot chocolate or something, and sit around and listen to this old guy read this story. It'll be fun.
I already know. I have privy information that a lot of our friends are coming and bringing their whole families to this experience, and it'll be a wonderful experience. Calvary Church is, and we've been lucky enough that it's been donated to us by
our friends at Vanguard Productions, who will be closing their wonderful production of the play, the musical choral. Brilliant piece of writing of All Is Calm. They'll be closing literally moments before we take the stage and do A Christmas Carol. So we will be on the bones of their production. That'll be where we'll be sitting and
borrow some of their lighting.
That's right. Yes, we have Josh Poya and George Lorimer, and one of the resident geniuses of Milwaukee, Mr. Jason Fassel, to thank for making this happen. They've had to postpone their loadout of their play till the following day, which they were able to arrange, and have been generous enough to give us the space. So you will be doing them a great service by coming, as well as us. And, if you play your cards right, and you were to go to the 2:30 closing of All Is Calm, Then after that came down, you could go out and get yourself a beer and a sandwich, and then come on back in time to see us do our number, our fundraising number for Constructivists. So that's one way to celebrate the holidays.
You can have a whole afternoon, evening of holiday fun this coming Sunday, and for a good cause. And first of all, too, we should mention that Vanguard was not without their own struggles. They had to cancel a couple of performances themselves. They were able to work like at least one.
Yes, they're adding another one that they weren't going to have originally, and that will be Thursday night the 19th, which is either today or tomorrow, depending on when you're listening.
When you're watching this, it's
and if
you're watching this,
come swell the ranks for Vanguard. It's a wonderful show, and it is a great point of view on what the real essence of the Christmas spirit is.
Absolutely. I saw it last year. I have not seen this year's version yet. And I say version loosely because it is the same piece. It's just a few different artists.
Right.
But I saw it last year, and it really is just something that really hits you right in the heart space.
Very moving,
very moving piece,
and sung beautifully.
Someday I'm going to get a double header of All Is Calm and A Very Deadly Constructivist Holiday together. I'm going to make it happen.
Let's do it.
So that people can see like the full swing of holiday experience from the heart space to the punch in the gut space.
And I'll read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas in between.
And right in between there, yes. But instead, you can come and see I think their closing performance on, if you can get tickets, I think their closing performance on Sunday is at 2:30 p.m. And then I think it's about a 2 hour.
Well, it's more like an hour and a half.
Is it an hour and a half? Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is on the shorter end. Yeah,
it is on the shorter end, just like yes.
And take your time. Go get some real chili. Go get some. Get yourself a drink and come back and then come and see us. Because it is the time of giving, and we appreciate anything that you have to give this season to the Constructivists, because it really isn't just that production to production thing. It can have an impact on the rest of the season, and we do have our biggest show of the season coming up this spring, with the Beauty Queen of Lebanon.
Yeah, who's going to direct that anyway?
Some a-hole.
Some hack.
Yeah. Some hack named like JP or something.
Somebody who managed to talk you into it. Yeah, that's great.
No, Mr. James Pickering is directing that show.
That is correct. And Mr. James Pickering is lucky enough to be directing Ms. Jaimelyn Gray in one role, and a wonderful actress and colleague of mine, of whom I'm very fond, both artistically and personally, Ms. Laura Gordon, who was in a production of The Beauty Queen 25 years ago and is now going to come play the mother of the character that she played back then. And this, I love it when things come full circle like that.
I want pictures. We have to get a picture of Laura
Then
Gordon
and now pictures of Laura Gordon.
And one is Mag, and put them together and get that as an internet post. We gotta make that happen. But we also have Matt Specht, and we also have Leo Madsen. It's a wonderful team. I do have to fangirl a little bit about Laura Gordon, because as somebody who has been watching her work for nearly 25 years, I am so grateful that she is jumping into the small company pool, and
it's great
and really is game to play with us on this production. I just think the bee's knees. She's the bee's knees, and I'm just really grateful for both her and you, and I'm really grateful for you even thinking to do this Christmas Carol this Sunday to bring bring attention to the company. And
Delighted.
Mr. Jim Higgins put out an even larger bat signal in the Journal Sentinel.
God bless Jim Higgins.
God bless that man. To get as many people as we can to get the community behind. I mean, I think our company's pretty great. I think we do some pretty decent work. It is a challenge in Wisconsin. I should just quickly mention, because we talk about it all the time, that Wisconsin is 50th in state funding for the arts. Just the struggle for small companies in the whole state, but particularly in Milwaukee, where there are these larger companies that do take up a lot of the funds that are available. The struggle is real. The struggle is real, and so we largely use crowdfunding to make our work happen. Yep. And just as far as what I see the role of our company in the community is to be the yang to the yin, to be that dark force in the community, because you really people don't understand the power of dark art catharsis, that when you go and see some dark art and get that gut punch, really the relief that you can feel as you walk out of the theater. And
make no mistake, this particular gut punch of Linan comes disguised as a comedy, because right. there's some if any of you know Mr. McDonough, Mr. Mark McDonough's sense of humor, if you've seen In Bruges, or what's the one about the Banshee, the scripts that he's writing for the movies now.
For film, yeah.
Very, very, very funny. And the ironies and conflicts in this play are at the same time comic, tragic, and epic.
Yeah.
And that's how you can become a good playwright. You can put all those things together in one thing, and you've really got it. It's a wonderfully intriguing play. I can't wait to get to work on it. We're gonna have so much fun.
It's a mother-daughter fight for the ages.
It is. Yep.
It's
biblical.
And it was his first play.
Yeah.
It was his first one that he put out there. That at least the one that got.
Yeah, they got some attention paid.
That right. Really got him on his road to the success that he had. But it's just, I really struggle between that and Pillowman as what is my favorite work of McDonough, because it's top notch. Yep. And the team that we have, I hope is just going to knock it out of the park.
Oh, we'll have fun. I guarantee it.
I think we're going to have lots of fun. So if you can make it this Sunday to help us out a little bit.
As I think I mentioned before, I will already have done two Christmas carols in the Pabst in our wonderful version of it for everybody, and in which I actually get to dance with my real life wife, which were Mr. and Mrs. Fezziwig, among other partnerships in the play, and we have a great time. We have a great time doing that for people. So, you could see that one, and you'd really have to kind of hustle.
But you could do it.
You could do it. We have a 4:30 performance that afternoon, and
you could really see All Is Calm, A Christmas Carol at the Rep, and then this reading.
You might need one of those green and white scooters to get up and down.
But you can make it. Everything is close enough in Milwaukee. You can make it happen. That big red church is not that far from the Rep.
If you do that, that would be epic. I would be very impressed with that. If somebody managed to hit the trifecta on that deal.
If you make that happen, please email
let us know
info@theconstructivists.org. I want to
photographic proof.
Photographic proof. I want to see that. Well, once again, our reading, Mr. James Pickering Reads A Christmas Carol, is this Sunday December 22nd at 8 p.m. at Calvary Presbyterian, the Big Red Church, 935 West Wisconsin Avenue in the great city of Milwaukee.
And it's Pay What You Can, a fundraiser for the Constructivists.
Well, it's actually free.
It is
the
free.
event is actually free. We are asking that you kindly please donate.
But it's actually free.
But it's actually free.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually a free doodaddy just
Free.
for the joy of the holidays.
There you go.
Well, I thank you, sir. I know that you are so busy. So I thank you for taking time with me.
Delighted.
And you have yourself a great day. And if I don't see you, I'll see you on Sunday.
That's for sure. Okay. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
And that is what I call an interview with a very knowledgeable, just smart man, and a real, like I say, he is a Milwaukee treasure. If you are in the Milwaukee area, you probably know who James Pickering is. And if you're watching this on Thursday or anytime this weekend of this what is that, 19th through the 22nd, you can there's still time to go and see him in A Christmas Carol at the Milwaukee Rep if you want to go and see that. But other than that, we do have a few Milwaukee Theater Alliance company events that are still happening. Slowing down a little bit here, so there's just a few things left here at the end of the year, but I would like for you to know what they are so that you can go and enjoy them. And so with this here, we've got Oliver, that's over at Skylight Music Theatre. That is still going. That's going to run all the way through December 29th. That is a holiday program of all holiday programs. That is quite the run that they're having over there at Skylight Music Theatre with Oliver. It's a really great story. Another Dickens story based on Oliver Twist, if you know that one. The musical version was also made into a movie in 1963 and won a ton of awards. You can go back and watch that as well. But before you do that, go to Skylight and watch this. It's and you can check out a couple weeks ago. I had interviews with a bunch of us for the big holiday show, and one of them I had was with Michael Unger, and just a lovely interview that you can go and check out and listen to him talk about this great production. And talks about having all the kids that are involved. There's 2 casts of kids that are involved, and the great time that they have with that. And so I highly encourage you to go and catch this while you can. Then we have All Is Calm, as we talked about in the interview with Mr. Pickering. This is a wonderful, just really great production of All Is Calm, the Christmas Truce of 1914. This is the 3rd year that they're doing this. I also had an interview with George Lorimer, who is one of the artistic folks and really one of the founders of Vanguard Theater, Vanguard Productions, MKE, and he talks about it in that big holiday show about the process of Vanguard really coming into its own because of All Is Calm. And so this is really becoming a holiday tradition, much like Deadly Holidays becoming a holiday tradition. Although I hope the tradition does not include illness next year. But you can catch this through Sunday, the 22nd, as we mentioned in the interview. It's a wonderful, heartwarming, in the midst of war story based on a true story, and you should check it out if you can. You can go to vanguardmke.com for that. Forgot to mention Skylight's website, which is smtmke.org, smtmke.org, and Vanguard is vanguardmke.com. And then finally this week we have, and I tried to get Amanda to come on and tell us a little bit about the Brick House, because I haven't had Amanda on, Amanda Hull, who is the owner and operator of the Brick House. I haven't been able to get her on yet. She's got a very busy life right now with running the company and her family and all of that. So she expressed to me that the headspace was a little thin for an interview right now, but I will get her on one day to talk about this really great small venue that she started up. They are going to have a holiday party Friday, which if you're watching this on Thursday, it's tomorrow night, December 20th. 6 to 9 p.m. It's also technically their 1-year anniversary of the Brick House. And so if you want to have a fun time, champagne toast, there's full bar service, and visit the Brick House. I encourage you to do that as well. And you can find out more information about that at thebrickhousemke.com. And that's about all that we have for this I was going to say year, and then my brain went that's all we have for this week's You've Got a Thing, but also this year. And so I just want to say, please, I hope you have an enjoyable and safe holiday season. I wish you the best of New Year's, and I hope you come back in 2025 and learn more about Milwaukee theater on You've Got a Thing. But until then, thank you so much for watching this year that I've been back and trying to get my bearings underneath what was a not easy couple of years. But I wish you all the best out there, and so see you next time. See you next year on You've Got a Thing.